Whoa, guys, Ryan Biddulph here, blogging from paradise. I think I'm a little off today. Move it to the side. Ooh, relax. It's a lovely, exciting morning, as it always is. Peaceful, excitement, joy, all that good stuff. Hope you're feeling the love on this fine morning, this fine evening, this fine afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And that's about right. Oh, gotta move that back a little bit. It's very important. That looks pretty clear. Let me move it up a little bit. Guys, there's one blogging skill you gotta master, and I saw a couple messages this morning, and it's just something I really want to stress because to move up in blogging circles, and what I mean by that is as you become more successful, you're just going to connect and befriend more rocking established pro bloggers. Good morning, Chris. And as you do that, there's certain skills, thanks brother, great to see you, that you're going to have to hone. And I've just learned this personally. It can be highly uncomfortable at times, but the benefits are awesome. Morning, Delilah. Well, I've already rubbed you. I rubbed you for a half hour today, Lovey. I love you. So, guys and dolls, here's the deal. Before, and a couple messages, and I get them, I get them. And I thought, this is a skill that I have not entirely mastered, but I'm pretty good at it. As you meet more folks, create more content, connect with more individuals, you're gonna have to master the art, and I'm getting much better at it. I'm not quite mastered it, but I'm pretty clear on it. Pretty good at it, of dealing with other human beings' disappointment. Perfect example. I write a gazillion guest posts. I've written over 1,000. Now, when you write a bunch of guest posts, something's going to happen. You're going to have a lot of folks that you're befriending, and these are for friends. These are for awesome folks. It's nothing, friends, people are connected with. I really appreciate these opportunities. But part and parcel of that, what comes with it is a lot of comments. And if I responded to every comment, I couldn't. It'd be physically impossible. But hundreds and then thousands of over 1,000 guest posts. If I were to try to respond to every comment on each guest post, it would probably take me weeks of working 18 hours. You know what I mean? It's thousands and thousands of comments. It's impossible. As I have, 150 other things that I'm doing every day to really get myself out there and focus heavily on building this blog and this brand. So guys, sometimes I get emails or messages or whatever, and folks are like, man, it's awesome, but you just gotta stop by and respond to the comments. And I just don't respond anymore because from a posturing, energetic space, like anything, hey, I understand that there's certain blogs that have these rules that you have to respond to every comment, but from an energetic space, and I can see both sides of it, I can only do what I could do. And people that are like up there in blogging circles, they understand that guys like Zach Johnson, to get a guest post from him is a great blessing. And it has nothing to do with arrogance or with, oh my God, do you know who I am? It just has to do with energetically my talents, my gifts are best used creating the next guest post, doing the next video, doing the next podcast, writing the next post for Blogging from Paradise, and not responding to comments and spending hours and hours doing that. Now, a lot of bloggers that are on the come up, they depend heavily on that to build their community. I could totally get it. But if some of these folks are disappointed, not in a really negative way, and some folks a little bit more, but again, it's nothing to do with me. It's their perception. You have to master the art of them being disappointed in you. You're not disappointing them. It's just their perception. And then calmly moving forward quickly, easily and seamlessly. Now, to most folks, this is very disappointing, and most folks, because in the beginning they're not used to having folks being disappointed in them because they don't really many, not even blogging friendships, but these partnerships. Come on, Delilah, I gotta get you out of here. So it's one of those deals where you have to master this art, and there's really nothing to it other than being present with the feelings. And I know in the past I would try to explain to folks, hey, I can't respond to all the comments. And then you get busy enough as your presence expands and you move up in circles and you get clear enough where you realize, I could respond to some comments, but I have to cut it off after a certain point, 5 or 10 minutes, because my talents are best used in other areas to benefit everybody. And if the individual has disappointment, you know, many friends of mine, sometimes blogging buddies, you know, I really wish you'd stop by and comment. It's up for them to be present with the fact that I'm not going to do it. And obviously, if this leads to, you know, no guest post opportunities in the area, that's fine. Because as your presence grows, and again, think of someone like Zach Johnson, someone like Darren Rouse, or Jeff Goins. You're just happy to get a guest post from a guy like that. You're not expecting them to stop by, even if it's a rule on your blog. And even me, I would suspend my responding to comments rule. Or like if Donna Merrill, she wrote a guest post on my blog a while ago. She responded to what she responds to. Why? Because I understand their stature. I get that they run highly profitable businesses, and I understand how that works. You know what I mean? You know, as you work your way up in circles, but what's going to happen is folks that aren't as high up there in blogging circles, and they're rocking and they're great folks, but just they're not there yet. They're paying their dues. They might be disappointed and say, you know what? Can you respond to comments? I really appreciate it. And they're doing it from a higher energy place. Most of them. Some folks maybe a little more disappointed. Totally get both perceptions. It's just one of those deals where you don't even have to stop to respond and explain yourself or say, listen, because you're mastering the art of having people be disappointed in you. You're not disappointing anybody. Or even if it's not disappointment, if it's not a lower energy thing, having them being a little bit, oh, you know, I really appreciate it. I just want you to go around and respond to comments. And they just have to understand that as your star shines and as you move up in circles, that I'm going to be there responding to comments. Your talents and your time, building your business, promoting your ebooks, guest posting. Again, I see both sides of the coin. And I understand for some blogs it's a rule. You have to respond to every. But again, you'll move up in circles so much more quickly and easily and effortlessly when you can do what you do and you're assisting folks in the best way possible. But beyond that, you can only do what you can do. And I think this works really on so many levels. Social media, folks who send out emails and say, I emailed you twice already, and it's like, dude, you always know a blogger when they're on the come up. It's just they don't realize what it feels like to have hundreds to thousands of things to do every day. But when you move up in circles and you're not stopping every 5 seconds to explain and say, I'm so sorry, I feel bad about it, and just get clear on understanding that people are just going to respond to react how they respond to react, you just keep going up, 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 up. And it's nothing personal. It's just you can only do what you can do. I think about it from an enlightened perspective. I remember Mother Teresa saying once, and this is like an enlightened being, it is like a saint, literally, an enlightened being. People ask her, how could you do what you do? You know, just all these people that are starving and dying in front of you. And she just said, I could do what I could do, and I'm at peace with that. And the reporter saw her, there was 3 just starving people in, I think it was Calcutta, as she walked by, and she couldn't stop and sit down and give them food, or she just held their hands and looked at them and smiled. And that's an enlightened being. On our blogging level, we're like way down here, you know, we're doing pretty good things. You just have to be like, okay, I could do what I could do. And that's ultimately what it is. Because when you master this skill, then in the past when you would let this bother you, or you'd be like, I'm disappointing them, or you just feel that lack of clarity and you feel bad, or maybe you rushed over and responded to 15 comments, spend the next 35 minutes when you probably should have been writing a guest post or writing your own blog post because you did it out of guilt or attachment. You know, I don't want to lose this friend. You realize, oh shoot, that really held me back. And these folks that don't have poor time management skills, they're just letting people and their attachments to things yank them around. Now again, I totally get that there's certain rules on certain blogs, but you kind of have to understand there is a bit of a pecking order, like it or not. And the folks who are really established and have a big name, you should be really grateful that they're sharing their thoughts with you. And even if you have certain rules and you want the engagement, you have to see it as, okay, they gave me a guest post, it was a gift in that. Because again, you know, we put in our dues and we built up our followings and we built up our name. So to even get a guest post is an awesome thing. I would say if you're coming from the other side of the fence, just think, okay, here we go again. If Molly's gonna knock him over. Maybe I should just say to myself, it's nice to get a guest post, And I'm not expecting this guy who has 2,000 things to do every day, literally. Not to do, but energetically, you know where I'm at. Videos, videos, Molly in my background. Maybe I won't expect him to respond to every comment or any comments, really. And that's just the way that it is, guys. So if you want to move up blogging circles, master the skill of having people just, all types of feelings your way based on your commitments. You're not responding to comments. You're not responding to Facebook messages within a day, within 2 days. You get messages from folks 5 minutes, then 2 hours down the road, then 3 hours down the road. And you just have to ignore it. Because your energies are best spent in other spots, and it's up for them to respect, number one, not to be attached to you, and number two, to just respect the fact that you're busy. This is how it works. You know how many folks I emailed back in the day, and I would get so angry because I've been on the other side of the fence. Why don't they respond to this, that? And getting so upset about stuff, and then I didn't realize that they had thousands of things to do. Some of these people have hundreds of emails, and then when you start getting more successful and you move up in circles, you understand how it works. You're like, oh, now I get it. Oh, now I get why I respond in 3 or 4 words, or in 1 or 2 sentences. It was like when I saw John Rampton at Affiliate Summit East. He's like, I read emails. He said, I get hundreds a day. I read the first 3 or 4 words, maybe 1 sentence, and right away I know. You can't do it any other way. Tim Ferriss gets 1,000 emails a day, or 2,000 or 3,000. It's like, and he has people and assistants helping him, but the more you move up in circles, you just have to learn the art of discernment. Guys, gonna roll. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much, everybody else, for stopping by. Call to action. Stop by bloggingparadise.com, of course. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Molly's really bad. She just knocked over my water. What a hoodlum. I just had 4 extra hours of video duration watch time last month. Woohoo! So definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm keeping those videos popping. Growing it popping. We got these live videos here, which I'm enjoying immensely producing. I'm also on Periscope and Facebook Live, of course. But yeah, stop by bloggingparadise.com. Take a look around. I have my courses, my latest ebook of the week, How to Develop Blogging Posture. And I'm also creating a whole page of ebooks by category. So take a look at that when it goes live. Should be live within a day or 2. Thanks so much. Until next time, gotta roll. You know what to do. Thumbs up and enjoy paradise.